Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the Wednesday Wisdom Call. Today is March 13th, 2019. Check out my website, helloextraordinarylife.com. On the landing page is your free gift. It's an ebook called 3 Steps to Reprogramming Your Negative Self-Talk. I am also beginning April 6th offering, it's a 7-week course now. I have added a week and I am tweaking it a bit. Good morning. Hello?
Sorry, Marty, I was on mute. It's Stacy. Yeah.
Hi. I figured as much. Hi, Stacy. All right,
Hello.
let me give me a moment here. I was just doing the introduction and I have the recording going, but let me get off that. Let me see. Let me make sure I don't hang myself up. Never mind. I'm just going to go forward. Okay, so I was talking about the 6-week course that begins April the 6th through the 25th. I said 6 week and I'm adding a week. I'm going to tweak it a bit and add a little bit more information because I have a lot packed into 6 weeks, and I'm going to stretch it out an extra week and add a little bit more to give a little bit more time to integrate and have it be a little bit, I'm not sure how to say that. What I want to say about that. It just added a week. Spirit was like, you need to add a week and tweak it a bit. So that's what I did. Anyway, my name is Marty Forrest, and go check out the website, helloextraordinarylife.com. And today I am talking about the course. This is Women's History Month, and I decided to just kind of tag on to that because we all leave our own history in our own way, whether we make the news or not. And the biggest part of us, we live with ourselves every day, 24/7, and how we speak to ourselves has a big impact on how happy we are and how joyful we feel and how we live in the world. And that's a lot of what we address in the course. And can I ask, are you able to talk? I have someone here who went through the course with me, so I'd ask you a couple questions if you're able to talk.
Yeah, for a few minutes. Let me close my door.
Okay, awesome. I love that. I love it works out that way. I wasn't planning to interview anyone, but I would love to hear a little bit of how it's been. I know you did the course last year, and how it's been since then. How have you been able to implement it and have it work in your life? And thank you for being put on the hot seat and being spontaneous.
Oh, no problem. Well, what it's done is it's granted me more compassion for myself on where I am in my life and what I'm going through and what comes up in my life, and not necessarily think everything's going to be one day okay and I'm just going to be happy, joyous, and free all the time, but instead rather meet myself where I'm at in life situations.
That's amazing. I love that. And have you been, in having that compassion for yourself, have you been cultivating the relationship with the little one that lives inside of you?
Yes. When something occurs and I get the physical sensation, fear, anger, it's a more a physical sensation now than ever before because I'm more aware of it. I don't have to necessarily react, but I can go and look and observe and see where is that really coming from, because a lot of the times it's not the situation right in front of me.
Exactly true. Thank you for that. I love that. That's part of what we talk about in the course, and I know I've shared it on many of these calls about when we react and it's out of proportion to what's in front of us. It's, in my experience, it's 100% always something else, something deeper, some other wound that came as children usually. Going through the course begins to address that and begins to develop that relationship with our little one, because we all walk around with this protector, this person, this personality that protects us from being hurt again. And until we start to speak to ourselves in a different way and acknowledge that there's this child in us that's been wounded, we just keep doing what we do because we don't know any different.
I totally agree. And I also want to add that denial is a huge factor in protecting the little one. So many people never even become aware of why they act the way they act and choose to not look that way.
Yes. My life experience in what I do in the coaching and in the course and meeting many, many people is many people don't really want to look. Many do, but there are those that don't. And it's an interesting place to be willing. And so I designed this course. So each week builds on the last week. So if, it's all recorded. So if you're not able to be there for a week, it's all recorded for you to keep staying on track. And by design, it takes us a little deeper by giving us tools along the way. So by the time we get to that place of meeting the little one inside of us, we have some tools already in place, and we've developed some compassion for ourselves already. It's not just, here you go, try to figure it out. It's step by step, taking you through to the deeper layers to learn and to have those tools that we've already been practicing each week. And then toward the last part of it is where we begin to take a look at what is the one that I'm carrying around and how can I begin to heal that? So what did that look like for you? It's really personal. If you don't want to share that part, you don't have to.
Repeat the question, please.
Yeah, so when you realize what that wound was that you were carrying around, how were you able to look at it with different or a new lens so you could begin to heal that?
Well, it gave me an opportunity to see that it was healing available, number one. Number two, I'm not healed. I'm still, honestly, I still work on this. And I will probably continue for a while. But I'm way better today than I was 2 years prior. And what it also gives me is the ability to help other women be able to look, see, challenge themselves as well.
Mm-hmm. You said something that struck me about, I'm not done. I'm not fully healed. And I'm not sure in this human body, this earth suit that we wear, that we ever get fully healed. What we get are the tools, and we get a lot of healing, so it's not always in the forefront, and we begin to respond to life instead of react. That's been my experience.
I agree.
Yeah, it's because it's ongoing, and part of the purpose of our life here is to begin to heal those. And what we do in this healing process is we break the cycle. What I know today is people who I am in relationship with, and we are all in this together, is we're here to break the chains, to break the cycles that have been created in our lifetime from our parenting and from our ancestors, and how these wounds have been passed from generation to generation. The buck stops here, so to speak, by us doing this healing and developing the relationship with this little one that lives inside of us. We may never see what that looks like, but we break the cycle and we stop passing it along to the next generations. And in whether you believe it or not, I believe that we heal etherically our ancestors. We begin to heal the ties that bind us to the wounds. And in that, it heals our families, our children, our grandchildren, because we stop. We stop it here because we know that's part of what we're here to do, part of our purpose. And that empowers us to, as you said, help those other women and help the other people just by being who we are. So I'll circle back to where I started. We may not make history in the big way that many of the women made history to alter the course of history, but who we are and how we show up in our lives changes our history in our own families. And that's the miracle and the beauty of this transformation that happens. And we don't always see it. You know, it's another part of us. We're in the thick of it when we're working through it. So we can't always see it right away. Other people see it in us. I have evidence today. Have you noticed, have people been, I'll ask you the question instead of talking about me, have you noticed that people are drawn more to you, or they talk about how you shine or how bright you are in the world? Has that happened in your life?
Yes. And on the opposite spectrum, there are people that are no longer in my life either. They chose to go a different path, which is
Yeah.
totally okay. Totally.
Yes.
Because I choose for myself to be around other light. You know, I lived in darkness for a long time. It also has healed some of my family relationships. And so I see 2 of my siblings are back in my life actively, and I see a lot of healing in them as well.
Oh, congratulations. That made my heart so happy.
Yes. Yes.
Oh, it's so beautiful.
But with that being said, the rest of the part of that family was not healthy. I kept trying to integrate all of them, family, all. They had to be all inclusive or nothing. And when I was allowed to separate by, you know, energy, light, vision, connection, etc., the 2 siblings and we get along phenomenally. And it's not like we talk bad about the other members. It's just not even discussed. We discuss each other. Yeah. So
because you're living in that lighter place. Sorry, I was talking over you. I was thinking you live in that lighter place, so there's nothing really to talk about in the darkness.
Right.
That's beautiful. I love that. Because the more we heal, the lighter we shine, the brighter and lighter we shine. And it does. You said something about people come in and people leave, and I have also experienced that. Something I read and I've learned is the brighter we shine as we do our healing and our stepping into that joy place and that love place, the people who aren't there with us, it activates their shadow side, the stuff they don't want to look at, which can cause them to go away. And that's okay, because all that means is we're just being authentic with ourselves and we're being true to ourselves. I don't always like the outcome, but I have come to understand today that that's how the world operates, and we each have our own journey here. And as we each take the journey, people, you know, that reason, season, or a lifetime, that poem, that people come in for a reason, season, or a lifetime. And sometimes they go out for a while and come back, and sometimes they go out and stay out, and sometimes they just touch our lives for a moment. And all we have to do is look at what we're attracting, and it's just so beautiful. Congratulations. It makes my heart just so happy that you have a relationship with your siblings.
Thank you, and thank you for all your help.
Oh my God, that's just it brought tears to my eyes, because I just know how that was, and so it. I'm complete here. Like my heart is so full that that just happened for you. So, and it's a beautiful thing. Yes, thank you for being a part of this journey with me too, and taking that spontaneous moment to share your experience of this course. I can't remember. Did you do it once or twice? You came through twice, didn't you?
I did it twice. Yes, I did. I recommend everybody, because you offer it as a freebie. If you go through it once, do it twice. I recommend everybody do it twice. There's just so much more you grasp the second time through.
Yes. That is true of anything. When we go through it again, we get it at a different level, because now because some of it's just brand new information for many people. They're like, what? I had no idea about how the brain works and has created it to be this way for us, that protector, and lots of new information for people. So yeah, the second time through is you peeled one layer and now you're getting to some deeper layers, and that's been a incredible journey. And then I get reminded too every time I go through it, because I forget sometimes. And along this journey, have you been experiencing something I experienced? So that the more in relationship, the more conscious you are of the little one and taking care of her and what she needs and having that compassion, that you see her kind of growing up with you?
Yes. Yeah. She's not where she was 2 years ago when I started this journey.
Yes. So that's been the other part of the experience, is we begin the relationship and we learn how to take care of her. The healing starts, and then as I would visualize, I started to see her grow up. I still have childlike places to be, and there's still reactions and some wounding that gets triggered every once in a while. Having her grown up and having the tools to deal with it is a whole new ballgame. And that was a process. That didn't just happen overnight, but that was a process of watching that inner little child, because we never did grow up. When we have those wounds that we're carrying around, we never really emotionally grow up. So getting to watch that process was quite extraordinary.
Yes, I agree.
So that's been part of that journey. So that's good to hear that it's not just me that experienced that. I get to hear other women. So far, it's been women that have taken the course that are having that same experience. So it's awesome. What am I at? 9:25. Anything else you would like to add about that or promote about it?
The one thing, there's just one thing. You said that we start healing the generational wounding and stuff. And I got into this in my 50s. My daughter is 27. And so what I was able to do, I'm now able to share with her so she can start her journey of healing. Because she was raised in a dysfunctional home. I wasn't healthy back then. I did the best I could do, and I love my children, but I didn't have any of the tools because I came from such a broken home, as my husband did. So I don't get to heal her, but she gets to start working on healing herself as she's bringing new children into this world. So the process is happening sooner in the generations, is what I'm trying to say.
Beautiful. Beautiful,
and that's
beautiful.
the legacy. Yeah, that's the legacy I want to leave to my children. Is it's okay to start healing. I don't want my ego to say I'm the best mom ever. No, there was damage done. It's okay to look and work on yourself and heal, you know?
Yes. And it can feel daunting and scary. That's the purpose of having a group. Some people do better on one-on-one, but having a group where there's other women going through the same process, and men. I've had some men that I've coached, so having us go through that same process together is helpful, even though we're all in our own place around it. that safe environment that we're all doing the same thing together.
And that's another key, was doing it with the group of women that were all dedicated to doing it. I've tried one-on-one therapy. I don't get anything out of it. That's just me.
Mm-hmm.
When I hear other women go through experiences and they're authentic and vulnerable and share that, that's when I heal and connect.
Yes. Yes. Because their experience is their experience, and it's applied to whatever I've said, whatever concept I've presented, so that brings it home differently. That was how I heard it when I was listening to them share.
Yes.
Thank you so much for taking the reins and being willing to share your experience quite spontaneously. I was thinking I would like to have someone to interview, and you showed up, so that was perfect.
Well, thank you for having me. I had no idea when I woke up this morning what I'd be doing. I love it. Yeah, I've been contemplating going back and forth about redoing the course myself. I don't know if it'll be this time or the next time, but I am dedicating myself to go through it one more time to get 2 more times. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. So yeah, let's talk some more and see if now is actually the right time. Yes. So let me end with that. As if this is something that you're listening to now as the recording and you're interested, you can go to the website, go to the contact me page, contact me that way. If you get the emails, you have all that information in the emails. You could private message me on Facebook. You can email me at Coach Marty, M-A-R-T-I, it's all spelled the way it is, Coach Marty at helloextraordinarylife.com. And we'll just have a conversation. No pressure, no anything except to talk about if this is really the right time and how we can make it work in your life. So it begins April the 6th through May 25th. There'll be a 1-week break in there. I'm not sure about 2. There is Easter in there also, so that would be a conversation that we would have as a group. So anyway, thank you so much for being here, and